Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, August 2nd, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I lavish my love and attention on the things that I value, including myself. Include yourself in that equation. Okay, so let's just do a brief week overview, very brief, because the main thing this week is we are just going to have really super spiky mental vibes, electrical vibes with this, and at the same time we're going to be going into the land of the feels. We are going to be going into dark of the moon into Cancer before we go into a new moon next Sunday. So, high electrical, which means tired and wired, sleep may be iffy, and then we're going to add feels on top of that. So, we may have some, inner child, inner adult temper tantrums coming up in and through this energy. The best thing you can do is just keep on working on grounding yourself. If you're not getting sleep, do take time to at least rest. Try to come into your body, because I think a lot of times when this energy spikes up, we can get so spun out in our minds, and that's part of what keeps us awake. Wow. Sound effects. So that was a big aha. So yes, and that's one of the things I always think, there's no astro that happens without lessons for us. And I was, working on well, what is this lesson? What is the lesson of these high, electrical energies? As I hear the electric slide, the electric slide playing in my mind. I think it really is about getting on this higher vibrational wavelength, but at the same time making sure we are still dropping in and connecting to the heart. And I also think it is also about learning to control your monkeys, learning to place boundaries on your monkeys, learning how to utilize your mind in a helpful manner when these energies come, because this isn't ending anytime soon. So work with it and see how can you ride these waves instead of feeling so oppressed by them, because I know I can feel oppressed when it gets like this. So that being said, let's look at today. There is so much going on today. I think one of the big things is the moon will be shifting into Gemini. So like I said, between the energies of Virgo, so we have Mars and Venus in Virgo, Jupiter, 29 Aquarius, which is very high electrical vibration, Saturn still in Aquarius, and we have the North Node in Gemini, and now we have the moon in Gemini. All of these energies are very mental. All of these energies can be very electrical as well, and all of these energies are very mentally stimulating. So it's just a lot. It's just so much. All right, so moon into Gemini. Moon into Gemini stimulates the mind. Moon in Gemini is actually really fun a lot of times, though, with Leo, because Gemini is I just want to have fun, and the inner child's I'm down for fun. And so today, take some time out for fun. That will support, and it's, so we live in just a tiny little apartment complex here, and there's a young boy who lives upstairs, and what it seems like is his mom lets him out at dusk, and he just zooms around in circles. He gets the zoomies out, right? He has the zoomies. If you have a dog or a cat that has the zoomies, this little child has that as well. But I feel like we all have a part within us that has the zoomies. So what can you do to let that energy out? So be aware of that. With the moon in Gemini, how can you get out the zoomies? What's going to help you with that? Joe's latest thing is we just got a Wii. He had one, but one for us. We just got a Wii, and that's his way of getting the zoomies out right now. So, besides moon into Gemini making many connections, which we'll dig into as well, we also have Mercury and Chiron connecting. I like this connection. Mercury in Leo, Chiron in Aries. This is just beautiful, because it really is trying to align the mind, the love of the mind, the loving part of the mind, or even the ego, I guess, with who you are. Chiron and Aries, who you are is important. Who you are matters. Who you are is for a reason. And so with this connection, just notice, and I love, we actually start the day with Mercury at 11. Is Chiron to 11 yet? No, Chiron's still at 12. It's going to get there later. But anyway, that 11, that master degree, are you speaking love into your life? Going back to the energy mantra for today, like lavishing love and value upon yourself. You are worth it, and we need to do that for ourselves. So this is just a reminder, like take some time, talk yourself up, remind yourself how awesome you are, and like you're here for a reason, and that is so cool. Thank you for being here. All right, we also have some triggery energy coming up around relationships. And this may be why we also need to talk ourselves up. We have Venus in Virgo connecting to Uranus in Taurus. And so this is going to be a trine, favorable connection. However, Uranus does tend to trigger us. Uranus is about the liberation. And a lot of times what we need to liberate ourselves from can be those things like playing around in our minds, these things that we think. It may even be where we're so critical of ourselves, Venus in Virgo, where we think that we're not perfect. We are all where we're meant to be. We're all making our way home, to quote Ram Dass. And so there's going to be all kinds of things that are not right, and yet that doesn't make you any less worthy. But do watch for triggers and stuff coming up around that. And this is your chance to see yourself now as whole, as holy in this moment, no matter what that looks like. But we're going to be building to that, through the day. This also could trigger some relationship rumbling going on. There may be some things that you're feeling critical of in relationship, and suddenly it's just really feeling very triggery. So be aware of that as we move through the day. It's not going to hit till the very last bit of the night, and it's even actually tomorrow for some people, but we're going to be feeling that building. So that's why we need to keep coming back to ourselves. And again, even our relationships that are triggering, where can you pour that love? Like if you're in a relationship, hopefully it's something that you value. Hopefully it's something good. Maybe it's time to pour some love, some loving words onto that. The song Loving Cup just popped into my head. It's not by Fish, but the Fish version is the version. So if you want to go listen to that. Besides that, Moon in Gemini making the rest of the connections through the day. We're going to have a square with Mars. That's early, but it may start off kind of grumbly. You may wake up earlier than your alarm, be like, no, I had a half an hour left. I know when that happens to me, I'm like, that half an hour matters. So we may feel a little grumpy first thing in the morning. Don't get critical. Again, rest. Come into oneness with your body. Connect to your heart. It can get better. Moon connecting to Saturn, that's better. Especially if you are feeling a little grumbly. Reaching out to somebody who can feel supportive, who feels like part of your tribe, who can, maybe reflect some positivity for you will be really good. All right, let's look at these cards. Exhaustion card. Tired and wired. It's going to be happening. So, again, take it easy on yourself. And part of taking easy, tune in. Again, we're not to the dark of the moon yet, but we're building into that for that new moon on Lionsgate. I mean, I'm not a Lionsgate person. If you've been watching me for a long time, a lot of the stuff that's out there about Lionsgate, it's like, let's make this a thing because it's cool, because it's 8-8, and it is cool, right? That's cool. I like it. I like numerology, but then trying to make it's the Syrian thing. No, that's something else. So it just bothers me. Anyway, but tuning in as we go into this, don't put aside your feels and don't put aside what your inner child is trying to express, or else I think it'll make things harder if you're not willing to go there. Meaning, don't get stuck in the politics. Don't try to mask the stuff. We've got interesting energy. I want Leo to be like, oh, play, yeah! But we are in the process of leveling up, and this is an important process. Speaking of leveling up, we have the Master card, but also the Rebirth card. So, mastery through this rebirth process, mastery through acknowledging, accepting, opening up, working with the inner child. So this beautiful energy overall, but it comes with its challenges. So I'm going to leave this here for now. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And I have to say, sometimes my emails do funky things, and I do not see all of them, and it always grieves my heart. So if you reach out for a reading and I do not write you back within 2 days, reach out again, because that means that it got lost in the email black hole. And usually the second time works. So email me for that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.